In the last episode of this series, we knocked out the Toronto Maple Leafs in the second round, which means today we are in the Eastern Conference Final in Season 1 after a 57-win regular season. I can't believe it either. We take on the New York Islanders. Of course, again, the Western Conference Final is Dallas and Arizona. The Taylor Hall trade paying off in spades, I am sure. There's really no way to explain this, is there? It's hilariously frustrating because, of course, this is the team that's gotten to this point. Jonathan Huberdeau's been great. Sasha Barkov's been great. Evgeny Dadonov's been great. Mike Hoffman's been phenomenal. The top six has been carrying the weight, as you would hope. The big thing for us, much like it was in the second round, is what are we going to get out of the bottom six? Because that third line, which was the fourth line at one point, has been brutal. Really, just in general, the bottom six has been a massive detriment to this team. But we're winning. So it's not as if we're going to make these wholesale changes. We got to stick with what won us 57 games. We have to stick with what's gotten us to this part, or to this point in the playoffs, and to this, situation that we have right here. Now, again, you can look at this team, you can look at some of the guys on defense, some of the guys who are struggling, and just be like, okay, changes might be nice, but for now, again, we can't really do anything. And as it is, Sergei Bobrovsky has an .892 save percentage, yet we're still somehow here. So we might as well just ride the memes to wherever they're going to take us. We might as well. We'll see what happens out of all of this. For now, though, we get to look at what we're going up against. How do the Islanders line up, considering we know what players they are going to have? And this is their team. Anders Lee, 9 points in 11 games. Matthew Barzal, 9 points in 11 games. And 7 points for Josh Bailey, their top line. Second line is Anthony Beauvillier, Brock Nelson, and Jordan Eberle, who have been very good. Leo Komarov, Derek Brassard, and Matt Martin make up the third line. Fourth line is Ross Johnston, Casey Cizikas. Only 5 penalty minutes for Johnston? Are you sure? And Cal Clutterbuck. That is a very physical lineup. Defensively, it is Nick Leddy and Ryan Pulock, who haven't exactly done as well as you might have think, or as well as you might have thought. Scott Mayfield is next to Johnny Boychuk, Adam Pelech, and Devon Taves. The goaltender is Semyon Varlamov, who has a .927. So the Islanders continue to see goaltenders with great save percentages. Kuhn Hockel, Noah Dobson, and Andrew Ladd are the healthy scratches. So there you go. That is the team that we are up against. Should we be capable of beating that team? Considering we won 13 more games in the regular season, I'm going to say yes. We also have the advantage on offense and on defense, both significantly by 4 and by 3, respectively. They do have the advantage in goal, of course, because of the backup goaltender rating dragging it down, but in general, Varlamov right now higher rated than Bobrovsky. So Semyon Varlamov is going to be the X factor here. And go figure, it's going to come down to goaltending, much like it did in the second round against the Leafs, where, Bobrovsky and Anderson both letting up goals for fun, maybe not to be expected, right? Probably not. Varlamov, they have the advantage in rating, as Arizona's up 1-0 on Dallas. I'm intrigued to see how this goes. Let's find out. Let's get this underway. Are we going to the Stanley Cup Final in Season 1? Are we taking the Panthers there for the first time since 1996? And by we, I mean, let's be honest, we're more along for the ride. We didn't make a single change to this roster. So are the Panthers taking us along for the ride as they get to the conference final? First period of Game 1, and the advantage goes to the Islanders. Casey Cizikas with the goal. Only 17 shots between the two teams in that period. Second period, good God. The goal-scoring trend will continue. Brett Connolly ties the game. Matt Barzal scores. But then Noel Acciari, who, of course, in real life has just decided he's a goal scorer. Noel Acciari, 2 goals. We're up 3-2. Heading into the third period, 24 shots to 15. We're only up by 1, but I got a feeling this game is far from over. We'll find out, though. But a 1-goal lead heading into the third. Power play for the Islanders. They take advantage. Brock Nelson scores right as it expires. We're tied at 3 apiece. He apparently front-kicked Bobrovsky through the goal based off of where he scored from. 6 minutes left. Frankie Vatrano gives us the lead. Can't get too excited yet. Now we can get a little bit excited. Michael Matheson with the goal, and that will do it. Brett Connolly with an empty netter. Insult to injury. Why the hell not? 6-3 is the final score. Panthers win. Varlamov. Not exactly the performance you would have expected. Big games for Achari, Connolly, and Yandel. 36 shots to 25. 3 goals in the second and third period each. Strawman, Connolly, Achari, and Yandel with 2 points each. And Bobrovsky with just an .880 save percentage, but that was enough thanks to an .857 from Varlamov. Goaltending, what even is goaltending in May of 2020? It doesn't seem to exist. We'll jump right into game 2. Again, no reason to change up the lines or anything. We might as well stick with it. Let's see what happens here. The second game on home ice to start this series. First period, advantage to the Islanders. This time to get that extra goal. Derek Brassard and Cal Clutterbuck. 12 shots to 11 in our favor, but we're down 2-0. Second period, and they add to it. Leo Komarov. So in the bottom 6, stepping up for the Islanders here. Not a great game from Bobrovsky again, and the unfortunate side of things is that Varlamov is on his game and shutting us out to this point. We're putting up shots, but it's just not enough. Dryden Hunt gets a goal, though, so we're within striking distance, but we are quickly running out of time. Dryden Hunt scores again. 5 minutes left. Power play, please. No. 2 minutes. 1. Mackenzie Weegar. What the hell is this team, man? What the hell is this team? The Leafs blew a 4-goal lead in the last episode, and now this. Hunt, and Weegar. We're going to overtime here in game 2. 41 shots to 26. Varlamov could not withstand the pressure. 3 goals from the outside. We go to OT. Will it all be for naught, or have we just stolen a victory in game 2? That is the question. Will we get an answer in the first overtime, or will we go to double overtime? We're halfway there. Next goal wins it. God, can we complete a 3-goal comeback in the third period to win it in overtime? From the looks of it, double OT is the answer. You know how this works. Don't blink. It's going to end within 3 to 5 seconds tops. That's how it always goes. Double overtime in game 2. Have we completed the comeback? The answer is yes. Frankie Vatrano wins it in double overtime on our 51st shot of the game. The Panthers have a 2-0 series lead. From 3-0 down with 11 minutes to go in the third period to winning the game 4-3 in double overtime. A 3-point night from Mackenzie Weegar, a 2-goal effort from Dryden Hunt. We overcome a poor start from Sergei Bobrovsky to win it. We're up 2-0, and we are 2 wins away from the Stanley Cup final in Season 1 before we make any changes to the team. Hilarious. Dallas tied up their series against the Yotes as we head up to Brooklyn. Barclays Center. No lineup changes necessary. We're still winning games. It's game 3. Now, of course, we've seen so many times home team wins the first 2, road team wins the next, or home team wins the first 4 games of the series. That's typically how it works. But we have a chance to put the pressure on here. So let's see how it goes. First period, advantage Panthers. For the first time in the series, we had the advantage at the end of the first. Of course, the Islanders have had it twice and then went on to lose. But Dennis Malgin with the goal, 10 shots to 6. We're up 1-0. second period, and we have the lead still. Trocheck made it 2. Dryden Hunt, who was just woken up out of nowhere, made it 3. But a late goal with a minute 35 left from Leo Komarov gets them back to within 1. As we head to the third, the Islanders need a win here, or they're down 3-0 in this conference final, which is just outrageous to say. As Anton Strahlman makes it 4-1, the Florida Panthers are 1 win away from the Stanley Cup final in Season 1 off the back of a 4-1 victory in Game 3. Oh my God. Sergei Bobrovsky with 20 saves. Vinny Trocheck, the game-winning goal. We have a 3-0 series lead. Dallas has won 2 straight. They're up 2-1. This is insanity. We have scored 14 goals in 3 games. We are 1 win away. Here is our first opportunity of a maximum of 4 to punch our ticket to the Cup final in our very first season. First period, advantage to the Islanders. Matt Martin with the goal. Of course, they've had the lead in 3 of the first 4 games now. At the end of the first period, they've yet to win. Second period, and we're set up for a showdown in the third. Trocheck ties it. Pelech restores the lead. Vetrano ties it. Josh Bailey restores the lead. It's 3-2. Heading into the third. Can the Islanders live to see another day? Or will the Panthers win it here? Perhaps overtime is on the horizon. The next goal, if there is one, is crucial. Power play for the Cats goes to waste. Under 8 minutes left. It's looking like Game 5 is indeed on the horizon. Will there be a late goal? No, there will not. So there we go. Varlamov able to shut us down. 3-2 final. And again, the Islanders live to see another day. There will be a Game 5 back on home ice. Each team with 37 shots. We just couldn't find an answer there, as the Dallas Stars are also up 3-1. They've won 3 straight games. So the Islanders avoid the sweep. We'll see whether or not they can stave off elimination for another game. We're not going to make any lineup changes. We're just going for it. It's Game 5. Can we seal the deal? Can we end this series right here and right now? First period, and it's a goal apiece. First time, I believe, that we are tied at the end of the first, right? There might have been one scoreless game, but Jonathan Huberdeau with the goal. Casey Cizikas scores just over a minute later. 16 shots to 5 in our favor, so that's a gigantic win for the Islanders to be tied. Shows the Varlamov's on his game. Second period, and he is no longer on his game. Colton Sceviour, Vinny Trocheck, Brett Connolly, and Mike Hoffman, who scored on Thomas Greiss. 5-2 as Cizikas scores late. It's a 3-goal lead heading into the third period. Here we go. Are the Florida Panthers Stanley Cup final? Dryden Hunt scores again. The Vinny Trocheck scores on the power play. The Florida Panthers are Stanley Cup Finals bound in Season 1 as we decimate the New York Islanders in 5 games. The final score, 9-2. Unbelievable. 4 goals in each of the final 2 periods. And we are going to the Stanley Cup Final, where we will be taking on the Dallas Stars. Absolutely hilarious. The 50-win Stars against the 50-win Panthers. Neither of these 2 teams have been to a Cup final in over 20 years. That changes now. Stars and Panthers in the Stanley Cup Final in Season 1, and either we are going to accomplish the goal that we have in every series and we're going to win the Cup in Season 1, or we're going to be spending this entire series chasing what we accomplished this season, doing whatever we can to try and get back to this point. The big names continued to carry this team through the 3 rounds. Dryden Hunt waking up. I mean, that third line in general, waking up in that round was crucial. Frank Vatrano now has 6 goals in these 17 games. The bottom 6 woke up. The offense, the main players on offense continued to perform. Defensively, we were able to stabilize. Keith Yandel and Anton Strawman had gigantic series as a pairing there. And then Sergei Bobrovsky, still not great, but good enough, as thankfully the team in front of him has been able to carry the weight. And I mean, you look at the results of those 5 games and the offense that we're putting out right now, again, against Varlamov, who was very good heading in to this series. But I mean, we scored 10 goals in the first 2 games, 14 in the first 3, 16 in the first 4. That is 25 goals in 5 games. We averaged 5 goals per game in that series against the Islanders, which is absolutely insane. And because of that, here we are, just 4 wins away from the Stanley Cup. What the hell is going on? I thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for your support on these these 2 new series thus far, and with the direction the channel is going. Of course, shout out to those of you who have joined up on the Patreon side of things. Also tremendously appreciated. I will see you guys in the next episode, where we take on Dallas for the Stanley Cup. Good God.